Welcome to my channel. I'm Chris E. Lewis, and today we're going to break down the lyrics to my all-time favorite song. Literally, my all-time favorite song. One of my favorite bands, Sleeping at Last, did a series of songs on something that's become another one of my favorite things, and it's called the Enneagram. And the Enneagram is something that transformed my life, and the song One by Sleeping at Last was literally my introduction to the Enneagram, the song and the podcast that Sleeping at Last released that went along with it. And I'd never heard of the Enneagram, and I knew it was a personality test, so I didn't care because I've never really been interested in personality tests. But as I learned more about the Enneagram, I realized it's not just about what I do. The Enneagram's not trying to define me by what I do. It really speaks to the why behind what I do. It speaks to my core motivations, and it really has helped me learn that while a lot of different people might do the same things or think the same things, the reason why can be drastically different. And the first time I heard this song, so I knew there was 9 of them, and I was intent, like I'm not gonna try to figure out my type until after I've heard all of them and I've learned about them, and then I'll think about my type. But I'm driving in my car and this song is playing and I'm listening to it, and I'm literally floored thinking, did I write this song myself? Like, these lyrics were right out of the deepest part of my soul. And I know that sounds really like dramatic and intense, but I'm not exaggerating. Like, it was just such a strange out-of-body experience. It was such a weird moment. And I know Ryan O'Neal, who is Sleeping at Last, what a great guy. He was really trying to get into the mindset of each type as he did the songs. And I can't speak for the other 8 songs, I guess, but for the type 1, bro, nailed it. Incredible. And I'm gonna play the song in a minute, but first, just about Sleeping at Last. There's a lot of music in the world, and some of it is more artistic than others. Some of it's not art, actually. But Sleeping at Last is art. The amount of thought, time, and care that Ryan puts into each one of his songs, especially the Enneagram songs, perhaps. Maybe it's no different than all of his songs, but it's art. It is truly art. And if you don't know Sleeping at Last, I'm gonna link in the description to this song and some other stuff as well. You gotta check it out and you gotta listen to it. Okay, let's check out the song One by Sleeping at Last. Sleeping at Last has a lot of beautiful music, all of their albums. I'm telling you, you gotta check it out. The song One is off of Atlas Year 2. Just what an incredible project, by the way. The Atlas series is so good. Atlas Year 3 is gonna be starting at some point. It can't start soon enough, but Ryan's gonna take his time and he's gonna make something incredible. So I don't want to rush art. Can you rush art? Is that a thing? We'll check out these lyrics by Sleeping at Last. Oh yeah. Oh, I love this intro.
Hold on for a minute, 'cause I believe that we can fix this over time.
Okay, so just right away, let's pause. I just love how the music is kind of kinetic and it's a lot of movement, and then it just interrupts and stops. And this isn't a music breakdown, this is a lyric breakdown, but that's very telling because life is kinetic, life is constantly moving, and it's like even in the midst of the most chaotic situation, all of a sudden, things can break and my mind starts interacting. Ones that have this thing called the inner critic, and everyone has an inner critic to some extent, but the one inner critic is loud and constant and does not shut up. And oh my goodness. And so right away, hold on for a minute, because I believe that we can fix this over time. I'll go ahead and just say, for me, one of the driving motivations that I have in my life, and it's good and bad, but one of those driving motivations is that I feel like I have to constantly be better. And I feel like if you give me enough time, there's nothing that I can't take from, even if it's just kind of okay, I can make it better. And when it comes to self-improvement and trying to improve and make myself better, you better believe we're gonna fix it over time. It's gonna happen. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, imperfection is a lie. That's absolutely true. Or at least an interruption.
Now hold on, let me finish. No, I'm not saying
I love how it's kind of a conversation between the inner critic and the self.
But we'll only know for certain if we try.
That right there. I'm not saying perfect exists in this life, but we'll only know for certain if we try. So there's a verse in the Bible where Jesus is talking and he actually says, be perfect as your heavenly Father is perfect. And the way I always interpreted that, and actually I've told other people, is essentially this. I've said, like, obviously we cannot be perfect. We can't obtain perfection. It's not within our human capability. But should we strive for any less? Should we set our standards down here when God's saying to set it up here? And I wrestle with that, and I still believe that. It's like, we have to try to be the best that we can be, and if we settle for anything less, what are we doing with our lives? I can't process why I would do that. It makes zero sense to me. And if it makes zero sense to you, affirm that in the comments. If you don't understand the way I'm thinking about that, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear different perspectives and life points of view. So, okay. Oh, we're going into the chorus.
I wanna sing a song worth singing. Write an anthem worth repeating. I wanna feel the transformation. A melody of reformation.
Okay. I want to sing a song worth singing. And this just speaks to me. Like, my life is my song. And I want my life to count for something. All of us want purpose. All of us need purpose. We want our lives to be significant, right? At least I think that's true. But for me, like, yes, I want to sing a song worth singing. I want to live in such a way that people could pattern their life after me. That people could see God the way I see God. That people could try to be kind as I'm kind. And I desperately want just the line. I want to feel the transformation. Especially when I was younger, I had this really deep ingrained belief that, like, I needed to have a moment that completely just transformed me from the inside out. And I still kind of like want that. Now I believe that life isn't about big moments as much as it is little moments consistently that lead and form us and transform us. Transformation isn't a moment, but it's just a consistent small changes over time that absolutely define us. And the melody of reformation, it's just, and it just speaks to my heart. Because the one is sometimes called the perfectionist, sometimes it's called the reformer. And I think there is something inside that's like, I want to not only make myself better, but I want to help other people be better. Now, I also have a bit of a 9 wing, so I'm very understanding and compassionate. Like, I don't look down on other people when they fail to live up to my expectations and standards. I have a lot of grace for them, but I want to help people be the best they can be. That's definitely a part of my DNA and who I am. That's part of why I started this YouTube channel. I don't know exactly what it's going to end up looking like, but I want to talk about things I'm interested in, but also help people and bring hope to people's lives and inspire people to be the best they can be. So verse 2 of the song is coming. I love it. Okay.
The list goes on forever for all the ways I could be better in my mind.
So this is the part of the song, as I was listening the first time, where I was just floored. Because it's so accurate. There is a never-ending list of all the ways I could be better. Things that I could have said better. Things I could have acted better. Choices that I could have made. Even this morning, like, I woke up and I was replaying something stupid from like 10 years ago. And the first words I said this morning, after I decided I'm done reliving this, but the first words I was like, oh, I'm such a fool. And then I got out of bed and to start my day and I'm like, I'm not a fool. I have to give myself a little bit of grace and compassion. And this is one of the unhealthy things. It's good when it's in balance. It's unhealthy when it becomes a belittling thing.
As if I could earn God's favor given time, or at least congratulations.
course. Yeah, right? The next line of the song is one of my favorite lyrics of all time, of any song ever, because it just speaks so much to me. And I do have this mindset. It's like, well, I have to earn God's favor. And give me enough time, I'll be able to earn my way to heaven, and God will. He'll welcome me in with open arms and say, congratulations, you're the best human ever to walk the earth. And that's prideful and conceited and an inaccurate portrayal of God's grace and how he loves us. So I don't even know if I can play the next part. It's so, okay.
Now I have learned my lesson. The price of this so-called perfection is everything.
Wow. Yes, the price of the so-called perfection is everything. If we're striving literally to be perfect, and we're so rigid in our attempt to be perfect that we can't allow any weakness or any failure in our lives, if we just don't have any room for flaws or any room for mistakes, it's a terrible way to live. And the cost is everything. It'll cost you your happiness, your joy, your sanity, your relationships. Yes.
I've spent my whole life searching.
I've spent my whole life searching desperately
to find out that grace requires nothing of me.
Grace requires nothing of me. Can I just... I know that that's true. I understand that I am not saved because I'm a good person. I'm a great person, whatever. I'm not saved because I'm a good person. I'm not saved because I make good choices and I try to live morally. I understand I'm saved completely and 100% because of what Jesus did for me. He laid down his life. He did everything and invited me and offered me this gift of salvation, this grace that he gives to me. And it requires nothing of me. I could never earn it. I understand that. And I know the other side of that means that there's nothing I could ever do. There's no mistake I could ever make that would invalidate or cause him to say, oh, never mind, and then take it away. I know that, but yet I still can't help myself. Whenever I do something wrong, I still feel like it just completely invalidates me as a person, and I'm so undeserving of his grace and his love. And I guess that's technically true. We're all undeserving. None of us ever deserved it. He just gave it freely. But if I'm not careful, I can allow those feelings of failure and misgivings to cause me to stay away from his presence and to stop praying and to distance myself. And I have to be careful not to do that, because his grace requires nothing of me. My good could never earn it. My flaws could never lose it. It's so freeing for me, this whole idea. And I think I was kind of in the process of learning this when this song came out, and so it just resonated so strongly, this realization that grace requires nothing of me. Now we're gonna sing the chorus again.
I wanna sing the song we're singing. Write an anthem worth repeating. I wanna feel the transformation. A melody of reformation. I hold it all more loosely, and yet somehow much more dearly. 'Cause I spent my whole life searching desperately.
And I love that he repeats that part of the song. It's such an important idea.
Grace requires nothing of me.
Oh, song is so good. So good. And yeah, I love those closing lyrics of that bridge or that ending. I'll hold it all more loosely, yet somehow much more dearly. That is how I'm really aspiring to treat life. To stop being so rigid. I'm very rigid, and even in my schedule. If you were to look at my calendar for work, it would probably freak you out because I schedule myself so meticulously. But even with everything in life, with relationships, with my schedule, with my approach to trying to do good and do what's right, it's important. Hold it more loosely. Don't hold it so tightly that I crush it and kill it and crush myself and crush my spirit. I gotta hold it loosely, but at the same time, much more dearly. Recognize that even though I'm gonna give myself a little bit of grace and give myself a little bit of permission to make some mistakes along the way, but at the same time, recognizing that there's so much more value. It's so valuable what we're trying to do. It's so valuable, the people in our lives. It's so valuable what I'm doing with my work and my schedule, and I have to make room for mistakes. And yeah, we do spend our whole life. For me, I spent my whole life trying to be the best I can be and feel like I've earned it. But grace requires nothing of me. So that's Sleeping at Last. One lyrics breakdown. I hope that you enjoyed going through those lyrics with me. I hope that you learned something. Do you know anything about the Enneagram? Do you know what type you are? Do you resonate with some of the stuff that's in this song? Let me know in the comments. And I just want to thank you for watching. I'm new to this YouTube thing, and so I'm trying to get better at it and make videos. I'll be releasing every Monday and Thursday around 11 a.m. So look for those. And if you enjoyed this, if you found value in this video, then go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more life-giving, hopefully, videos like this. And we'll see you in the next video.